Hello and welcome back to Wargroove. So last time, last episode took a really long time to figure out how to beat this. Finally beat it, and then I recorded a video after that where I worked on these three puzzles. I spent 2 hours on that video and only beat this one. And after finishing recording that, felt pretty unhappy with having that much time spent and that little accomplished. I wasn't sure that would be especially interesting to watch given the nature of the puzzles. And as perhaps, is not super surprisingly, I just now circled back to see if I could find a way to beat these puzzles again, or now, not again, but now, as opposed to going again, through a long process of not making any progress. And it turns out I found a way. So I'm going to go ahead and redo that now, rather than uploading the 2 hours of me not really accomplishing anything. Well, I did beat this one, but I'll replay it so that you can see it. But let's start with this one. So what I will do is talk a little bit about my thought process last time and where I ran into trouble, and then what I have ultimately figured out. So for this one, we've got to get this villager over to this flag, and there's 2 wagons, and we've got to use one of the wagons. As it turns out, the range on Tenri's Rising Wind ability is she has to be within 6 tiles of the target, and she can move them to within 6 tiles of her. So as it turns out, there's only one possible location that allows us to get one of those wagons to within range of this target location, and that is right here. So for right here, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles away from this wagon, and we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles away from this square, which is a legal landing spot. Like unlike, say, here or here, we can't land on those tiles with a wagon. But from here, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and just barely make it. And if you look at other possible locations, so like, as just from having counted out, as you can see, like if we had to go over here with the wagon, we wouldn't be able to go far enough. We can't get the wagon here. There's nowhere like that we can go. I mean, this is within our movement range that we can get it further out than that. And then this one always ends up like 1 tile short. So if I recall correctly, it's like this spot. You can get it to this spot, but it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then drops here and is 1 spot short. So that's actually kind of nice in a way, because it means that there's no ambiguity about like how you're supposed to do that. So what that means is we need to take out this knight so that we can get the villager into the wagon. We need to take out this trebuchet so that we can put the wagon here, and then we need to take out this golem so that we can move the wagon through. So let's start by talking about the golem. I think the golem and the trebuchet are far more complicated. The knight's not really difficult to take out. So the golem, we've got this trebuchet of our own that can target it. We've got these 2 guys who can do a little bit of damage. I guess that other video, incidentally, is also where I determined that I believe in these puzzles they always roll average damage. So like if I attack with these guys, they're 5 to 15, but they'll do exactly 10 each time reliably. Anyway, which makes sense. So we've got that. Then we've got this guy. He can do 10 to 20. As it turns out, that like so he'll do 15, but we need 20% damage, so he can't do enough. This guy can do enough, so he can do 20 to 30. The problem is we need him to help with the trebuchet. So naively, if you look at this situation, you've got this dog here can do 35 to 45. This archer can do 36 to 46. So essentially we're talking about like 2 40s. This guy can't get there. This dog can't get there. It's stuck. And so you've just got this guy. And he can do, like, enough. So that's... What am I trying to say? Like, if we move him down here to hit this guy, then we don't have enough damage to go around up here. So maybe I should have started out talking about the trebuchet, but the point is that, like, what we end up wanting to do instead is get this knight over here, and this knight is within 6 tiles, so you can do a bunch of damage to this guy, but we got these two in his way, as well as this guy in his way to be able to reach the knight. So now we're looking at, okay, now we need to take out one of these guys as well as this guy. And this is where it starts to get complex, because in order to take out this guy, we need to either... Well, actually, the mages just can't do enough damage. So what we need to do is get this guy to here to hit, to provide a damage bonus to this guy so that he can do crit damage and kill this guy. Now to do that, to kill this guy, we actually need this guy. Okay, so how do I explain this? So we've got this guy over here. He can do some damage to this pikeman. This guy could one-shot him, but if we do that, then this dog is stranded, and we've only got these two units to attack this thing, and we don't have enough damage. So that's not an option. So what we instead end up wanting to do is bring this guy down and shoot this guy, and then have this guy come up and kill this guy to bring the dog through. And that's, I guess that's the thing that I didn't figure out last time, really, and the reason I got stuck on this is because it turns out, so I'll go ahead and demonstrate this now. It turns out, like, if you attack this, and we do this, and this, we actually do enough damage to kill here because of the dog crit bonus. So we can take it out in with those 3 actions while having another unit available, whereas if we don't make this attack, then it takes us 3 actions to kill it, but we don't have that extra unit available. So even though this attack went, to a different enemy than the trebuchet, it still actually is efficient. But then now we can bring this archer down and hit this guy, and then bring this guy over here and hit this guy, and we can bring this guy over. He can attack. It doesn't actually matter that he can. This guy come over, do that. I don't think it actually matters that we can do this, but we can do it. Like, these guys will die to counterattack to do 20% damage. We hit that like that. And then finally, okay, so now we still need to free the knight, though. And to do that, we need to kill this guy. To kill this guy, we need to get this guy into here, which means we need to kill this guy. The easiest way for us to do that is we have a bomber over here that can kill this, which means we need to kill this guy. Luckily, this thing just moved out of the way, so this guy can come over and do that. Bop. And now we can come over with the bomber, take this guy out, and that allows us to come take this guy out, which allows our knight to sneak through and hit this guy. And indeed, we didn't actually need to attack with the infantry, because he could do 45% all by himself, but, whatever. Okay, so now all we have left to do is we have to take out this knight, and then, oh, I didn't mention the other unit we have to take out is one of these two, so that Tenri, because Tenri needs to move to this spot to fling this guy to here. So the knight is pretty simple. We can just poke him like this, he's dead, load this thing up, and then this is also pretty simple. We have a little bit of overkill firepower here, where we can do this, and we can do this, and then we can eat this over here, and finish the map. The only other thing I guess I'll mention before I finish this one is that I did play around with some other setups down here to take out that archer with the bomber in terms of taking out the pikeman that this guy took out. But it didn't end up mattering. But there was some stuff where I was like, okay, I'm gonna have this knight attack this dog, and I'm gonna load this guy into this thing and bring him over here so that I can have this guy one-shot this knight, so that I can have this guy come around and shoot the pikeman, and ultimately none of it matters because this guy can just do it. Anyway, that is that one. Okay, and then we've got this one. So I was able to solve this one. This one is actually not too bad. So there's like a lot of extraneous stuff going on in this map, but basically we want to attack. We have a golem down here that's within range of Ryota that we want to attack in. We've got this guy here who can do a little bit of damage. We've also got this guy who can get onto this force and do more damage. And then we've got knights here and here who can get to this spot and hit him with a crit. So what we need to do is we need to take out these two enemies to like let the golem through. We need to take out this guy to let one of the knights through. We need to take out this knight if we want this guy to attack, which I think that does end up being the play. Like, I think we need. I'm not sure this guy does enough damage. But he can contribute to taking out the knight along with this guy. Like, we've got that and we've got that. So although we can actually do that one better. So if we can start out by breaking this thing with this trebuchet. This golem doesn't really matter, so we can ignore him, and obviously these guys don't matter. And then we can load this guy up here. Drop this guy like this, and then do that. And then I guess that's actually sufficient to get this guy to Ryota, just not to get the knights there. Then let's see if I can remember the rest of how this works. So this knight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, can break this thing down. Although, now that I'm looking at it, I'm pretty sure that actually doesn't matter. So, yeah, never mind. What does matter is, like I said, taking out this guy and this guy. The bomber can take out either one of them, but to take out this guy, we need to use... I guess we could just do this and this, actually. Last time, I think what I did was something a little bit more complicated. This guy swung around to here and killed this guy. Just let this guy come over here and kill this guy, which meant I could bring this guy up and go like that. And that. And the bomber comes over here like this. And the golem comes over here and hits Ryota. And then, yeah, this guy should be doing more damage than this guy. So we'll go ahead and do that. And now all we need to do is we need to break this down. One of the knights can kill the archer. The other knight can hit Ryota. Although, actually, maybe we don't even need to do that. Oh, no, we do, because, right, we can't get two different attacks on this archer. I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this guy doesn't do anything. So, how did I break this down? Is that this plus this is not enough damage? 30 and 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I guess that is an option. We have this guy. I did figure this out, I promise. Yeah, like, basically what I was... Maybe the golem is actually relevant. Like, if we have this guy come down and break this open, this guy can come up. The only question is then, am I actually killing this guy? I guess at that point, this guy would run up and hit this guy, and then, you know, we'd hit him from the top, we'd hit him from the bottom, and then that would let this knight come through. So then the question is, how do we get this guy out of the way? And to do that, that's the... Like, this guy could kill this guy, except there's a dude in the way. I'm gonna say this isn't how I actually did it last time, though. I don't think there's anything I have over here that's relevant. Oh, right! There's this thing over here. I guess that could be part of it, although... Yeah, it can't get far enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it could get far enough if we could kill this thing. To do that, we would need to kill one of these guys. I don't know how we would do that. I guess we would have had to send the bomber over here. I'm pretty sure there's another way around that, though. I don't think I ever had to use this guy to solve this. I want to say I found some way to put extra damage on this. But now I don't remember what. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that is a solution anyway, and I should just restart and go for that. Like, this guy wouldn't one-shot, but in conjunction with this thing, it would. I mean, I guess we could also do this and this, but then I'm not sure... Like, if we bring this guy up and hit this, this guy comes down, this guy comes down, then I'm not sure we can actually kill the archer. I don't think we can at that point. We need to have one of these two available to hit him from the top, as well as this guy from the bottom. Oh wait, maybe that's not true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this guy... Yeah, we wouldn't be using this guy to break down. Yeah, actually, we'd actually be good there. Okay, so we can do that. Let's go bop, bop. I still don't remember doing this, but you know, a lot of these puzzles, I guess, probably have multiple solutions. Oh, that's not remotely a kill, so that's a problem. Okay. Not sure why I assumed it would be. You're certainly not doing enough damage to him. Okay, let me restart and try to figure out if I can do... Like, if the bomber comes over and hits this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We could hit this guy, we can come over here and do that. The question is, can we actually take the dog out? I think the answer should be... Yes, we will have to break this down, but then this guy can come out and hit, and this guy can come over and hit. We can use this guy rather than just using both of the archers. So I guess I can try that approach, even though it's annoying that I can't figure out what I did last time. I guess we can use... Could use this guy to do this. This will leave this guy unoccupied. Between the two of them, they could take this guy out. Okay, so that's... We got this guy lined up, we got this guy lined up. Now what we want to line up is this guy. So, do you think we need to do this again? We can set up a kill on this dog with this thing. That. So we have you attack, and then you attack. You come up here and hit this guy. How does this guy die? That's... We could use you to hit this guy. Given that, I think it has to be correct to do this. And that. I feel like this isn't actually going to work out. We can do that, but we can't actually finish him off, and we can't kill this guy either. Dang it. Well, we do have Balder's ability. But yeah, the problem is we're stuck here. I mean, we can kill this guy this way, but I don't think Balder's infantry can reach that far. Maybe it can. You know what? Yeah, it can. Amazing. I know for a fact that whatever solution I found last time didn't require using Balder's infantry, but I guess it doesn't matter. I found a way. I mean, in a way, this is a cooler solution because it required all my stuff, but I know there was a way to do it. Maybe what I'll do, actually, I'll pause this and check the other video and then show it. So I will be right back. Okay, I checked it, and yeah, there's one key insight. So start off same way on over here with blowing this up, loading this guy, dropping him off up here, taking out this knight. But then, what we do is we just do this, which feels inefficient, but it still opens the way to kill this guy, which is all we were really trying to do anyway. It doesn't matter that we don't have like the knight's charge set up. And now that we've done that, we don't need to free up all this stuff up top. We can just come down, hit here, hit here, and then we can just go ahead and do this, do that, and do that. Bang. Much. So we, instead of, you know, using all of our units and defeating like, what was it, like 18 or something, I don't know, it was a lot. We, you know, only defeated 7 and used like a small chunk of our army. Hooray. Okay, now on to the last one. So this is a pretty tricky one. I guess I think I can show why I ran into trouble with it if I just sort of go through it in order. There's like one particular spot that was important. So Sedge's ability, I learned, it says it deals 35% damage. It turns out that's a flat 35%. It's not 35% of the damage he would deal, which is how some of the other abilities work, and was what I thought it did, but it's just a flat 35%. So what we need to do here, we've got Ragna. There's only one spot we can attack Ragna from right now, which is right here. We've got this bomber here, and we've got Sedge, and we've got some pikemen around. We need to open 2 more spots. Killing this guy is sufficient to do that because the bomber can get up to here. So we need to take this guy out. The problem is the only way we can do that is with this mage. The mage can't reach, which means we need to take out this archer. The archer we can only attack with this dog. So unfortunately, like this, we have this balloon over here which can drop the dog pretty close, but not close enough to set up a crit. So what we actually want to do is use Sedge's ability, which lets him move again after he gets a kill with the 35% damage to kill this guy. That creates a fair bit of complexity though, because Sedge is nowhere close to that. So how do we do that? Well, we start out with this guy coming down and hitting here. We could hit him with one of these two, but it turns out that using this guy is better. We don't need this guy's damage here or here, so using this guy is definitely preferable, so that we don't... And we do need those other pikemen for other things. And we take this guy out. So that's step 1. Then we need to put some damage on this guy. Again, we do need the pikemen, so like this guy needs to move over to here so that we have the hit set up on Ragna. And ultimately, this guy needs to attack this guy so that we can move Sedge around, you know, in a big loop. So we're gonna pull this guy down, not to there though. It's important that we know he's standing there, and set Sedge up to hit this guy.
Time to run.
Now, as I said, we need to get up to this archer, which means we need to go around the corner. And the only way to do that is to hit this guy. And the only way to hit this guy and actually get the kill so that we can keep going is to hit him with this guy. But to do that, we need to get this guy and this guy out of the way. So how do we do that? Well, we've got this thing can hit this guy, and we can come up here and hit this guy, him and knock him down below 35%. Incidentally, we do have the ability to set up a crit with this guy by loading here and then dropping here, but it turns out not to matter, which kind of annoys me. But in any case, now we can do this thing again. Then we need to kill this dog. We don't really have a way to one-shot it. So what we're going to do instead is have this guy damage it so that we can use Sedge, but we need to get this guy out of the way. So we have this knight over here that can come over and blast this guy. And then we can do this. And then we can do this. Which enables this guy to come up like that, because they don't actually one-shot, thankfully in this case. We can now do this. Now we're ready to come up and around. We do have another archer up here, so we can come and hit this guy. And now Sedge can come over and take out this guy, and now he is within range of the archer. But before we do that, so this is where I made the mistake in my recording that I'm not going to upload, and what made this take forever for me to figure out, because after Sedge kills this guy, he cannot get through this knight to Ragna, so he needs to circle all the way back around. This guy is going to come through and hit this, but Sedge from here cannot get through. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't move through. This guy's too bulky. We can't deal with him, which means we need to, for Sedge to keep going, we need to kill this guy. But if we attack this guy like this, we don't do enough damage to set up the sadistic rush. So what we need to do, actually, is attack him with this dog with a crit bonus. Like, this one, like, by himself can't do it. But what we can do with this guy is we can hit this guy and just kill him outright. Then we also, before we leave with this dog, we need to come down and hit here, and then here. And the reason we need to do that is because we need this guy to do extra damage to this thing, because this is going to be where we're going to chain after this guy. But now that we've opened the path, this guy can come up, and we can do enough damage to this guy to set up the sadistic rush. And now this dog can go over and hit this archer, and do that. And we can go ahead and get this guy out of the way. We can also go ahead and do that. Come over here, take out this guy. We come over here and do this. And now we've got this set up on this thing. And now that means that we can hit this guy and continue our little circuit. And now we can do this and then get our phalanx damage, and then we have enough to finish. And that is the last puzzle solved. So there you have it. I did check something on this one. Apparently somebody figured out a way to beat this where Sedge only kills 3 units. I have no idea how. Like, I tried. Here, I'll just load this up really quick and then I'll call it an episode, but like, I have no idea how you would take out this archer, which seems absolutely essential. Like, you need this guy dead. And, like, this is the only other guy who can reach. Like, you can't reach over here. Like, this guy doesn't have enough movement. Even if you could somehow take out this guy, it wouldn't matter. Like, again, this guy, like, can't reach no matter what. There's this balloon over here that, like I said, you can't get the dog far enough. This guy can't reach. This guy can't reach. Like, I really don't understand. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe it involves a bomber, but I don't know. Like, I guess if you killed this thing, I guess we could try that. We do this and that. Do you even need to do that? Maybe I didn't need to do that. So now you need to do a little bit more damage. I find it hard to believe that this guy does enough damage to Ragna. Or no, wait, he can't even... He's not even dealing the damage to Ragnar at that point. He's still having to kill this thing. So, like, what else is dealing damage? I guess the other pikemen, if you have some way of killing this guy to, like, let this guy through, which I guess Sedge could go 1, 2, 3. That would involve this guy hitting this guy, which I guess seems fine. So you would have the dog do that. Have the bomber come over and do that. Have this guy come over and do that. You'd still do this thing, and you would still do this thing.
What's your step?
And then you'd still come down and hit this guy, and you'd still come over and do this.
What's your step?
Do this.
Time to run!
And then you'd come around to the back. Attack like that. You'd come over here. Like this guy, because this guy can't reach. 31%. Yeah, you can't do... so, I don't know. I don't know how that works. This is the closest I could see to how you would do that. But, you know, I guess if you can figure out a way to solve this where Sedge only has to kill 3 enemies, you know, let me know. I'd be interested to hear how that works. I mean, I could just look it up, but... in the meantime, well, I guess I will call that an episode, and next time we will be going back and doing the final mission of the campaign now that I've unlocked that with enough stars. So thanks for watching, and until then.